and these Americans at PSV have enjoyed a lot of success. What is the most American thing that you guys still do over there?
The most American thing? Honestly, I honestly don't even know. That's a good question. But
is there like a food that you guys like typically like to order or eat that your teammates are like, what is this? What is it?
No, we're all on a strict diet right now.
Oh, what does that entail? What's that like?
Yeah, it's we have a nutritionist at the club, and she helps us with our food, and so we have to write down everything what we eat on a food app. So yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that would be my nightmare.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, don't speak too loud. My wife might be watching this. There's an app.
Richy, I want to talk to you about this season in particular because, you know, I've known you for a long time. I've watched you play, and to see kind of the ups and downs that you've had to overcome throughout your young career. Here you are in this season playing out of position at right back, but you've played 4 straight starts. You just played 90 minutes, your first 90 minutes of the season. How do you feel, and how have you managed to kind of go with this new position, obviously just to be on the pitch, but you know ultimately you've always been a midfielder?
Yeah, when the coach first initially told me I was playing at right back, it was the day before the game, I remember, and yeah, Jordan Tazy was making his move to Monaco. And when he told me, I was a bit in shock, but yeah, I was ready to be on the pitch after a long time with PSV. So yeah, it's been really nice, you know, playing. And yeah, like you said, I played my first 90 minutes for PSV. And so yeah, it's a learning and definitely process and learning experience. So yeah, it's been fun for sure.
How have you changed as a player from the first moment you stepped down in Eindhoven to where you are today?
I just want to say, like, just my mentality in general. I just had a mentality where, yeah, like a winning mentality now, and I just never gave up. And my dream was always to play in Europe, and yeah, that's a big part of me to always like try to play at the top level. And you know, when I came back from NYCFC, I got an opportunity, and yeah, and I'm taking it well. So I hope I can keep going on the same track.
Richy, there's a lot of conversations now about players potentially going on loans, getting opportunities to build their, you know, they're playing, match fitness back up. What did the loan to New York City FC do for you, and how did it help you prepare for this season at PSV?
Yeah, for me, it was important to play games at NYCFC. And, you know, I had a great time there. I made a lot of football friends, and, you know, the league obviously is growing. And yeah, it was just for me to play and just to get that confidence back in myself. And yeah, that prepared me well to come back and, you know, work harder to become a starting player for PSV.
Richy, I kind of want to go back and ask you about your American teammates, right? Because if you look at the 4 teammates that you have, yes, they're American, but all of you guys come from different cultures, right? You're Mexican, Ricardo's Mexican, Sergiño is Dutch, Suriname, and Malik is... German. There you go. Yeah. So despite that mosh pot of cultures, do you find that connection through being American?
I think we do, you know, like, yeah, we talk a lot at the club. We see each other every day, of course. Yeah, but yeah, I think it helps us just being American to communicate and all that. It just helps us bring us together. You know, I obviously didn't have the 3 Americans that are there now. And yeah, to have them is good for me as outside of soccer also, because I get to speak to them about my personal life and all that. So it's really nice to have that culture.
So, Richy, you got Ernie Stewart as your sporting director, former U.S. international. How important has he been for you since he's been in that position? And then have you thought about which country you want to represent? Is it a matter of, hey, Pochettino, new coach, new opportunity, I hope he calls me up? And how much has Ernie played a role in you maybe making that decision?
Yeah, Ernie came to see me in New York when I was on loan, and when my loan spell was about to end, and he told me he wanted me to come back. And I just basically had a conversation if it made sense for me to come back and for me to play for PSV. Obviously, I would love to, because that's always been a big part of me to play in Europe, like I said. And yeah, he said, okay, yeah, just come back. And yeah, the last season they were doing really well, so I understood why I didn't play that much. yeah, to come this season fit and preseason I played well. So yeah, he gave me an opportunity, like I said, and yeah, I'm taking it well. So Ernie has done a lot for me so far.
So Richy, would you say that now with the appointment of Mauricio Pochettino, what has that inspired in you to try to get on the radar of this new head coach for the United States?
Yeah, of course, we have a lot of talents, yeah, but I would love to, make a comeback and to play international football. And, it's been, I want to say 3-4 years that I haven't been called up. So yeah, I think that's a goal of mine this year, to get called up to a national team game. So it would be nice.
Richy, speaking of comeback, I mean, you made a comeback. Sergiño Dest is in the middle of making a comeback because of his ACL injury. What advice would you give him, considering your own experience?
Oh yeah, I just told him since day one just to get to work, and and he's taking it well. He's I can even see it right now that he's growing a lot, and yeah, I see him every day now. So yeah, he's doing well, and that's the advice I told him, just to start hard from day one and to just keep going and to never give up, because he's gonna overcome that injury. So it was really difficult for me. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be able to sustain that injury.
Richy, you're not cap tied. So Mexico could still come calling and be like, hey, we need some help. We need to revamp the squad.
Why are you giving him ideas?
I'm just saying. Are you open to that? Or do you want to be with the U.S. men's national team? Are you committed to the U.S. men's national team? I know in the end you have to kind of be open if the U.S. never comes calling, but in your mind, are you pushing to get into Pochettino's plans?
Of course, I'm still open to, both sides. But yeah, if the U.S. calls me, of course, I'm going to take that opportunity to go and, and like you said, that will cap tie me. So yeah, I'm still open for Mexico also to, if they come knocking at the door and they give me an opportunity, I will come, also. I still have to work on my passport, as I'm currently working on it. So yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Well, if somebody calls you from a national team, I hope the accent is Argentinian Spanish and not Mexican Spanish, because I'd love to see you on the men's national team. My question is about, you mentioned that a day before a match, you get told you're going to be playing at right back position. I'm sure that came as a bit of a surprise to you, being that it's playing out of position. What do you think has been the hardest part of the adjustment for you?
I just feel like, you get the ball in situations that are not the same as playing right back. And yeah, and as a midfielder, I was always used to getting, balls in between lines. And now you have so much space at right back and, so much time. And I want to say also the defensive part, I just have to track back a lot more now. So yeah, that's been the biggest difference at me playing right back. But yeah, so that's probably the biggest thing I can think of right now.
So what have been your strengths now? Having been in the midfield, playing in between the lines, tight spaces, now you have all the space. But what do you feel confident about when you're playing at right back? And have you been able to have any conversations with Sergiño Dest to say, hey, Sergiño, what do you think I should do to make sure that I'm having the maximum impact?
Yeah, no, yeah. I think I want to say the most comfortable for me is just me being on the ball, because as a midfielder, you want to have the ball. So every time I have the ball, obviously, I just, keep the ball as much as I can. And yeah, Sergiño just tells me to do his little tricks that he does. But that's a whole different player from me. So you really can't compare it. But yeah, that's pretty much, he tells me all the time just to try to do things that, that he does. And I just told him, I can try, but I can't promise you it's going to work out.
Do you got some tricks in the bag, though?
I got some tricks in the bag.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd love to see those tricks in the bag against the likes of Juventus, Liverpool, and the Champions League. You excited or what?
Yeah, of course I'm excited. It's a dream of mine to play Champions League, and hopefully I can make my debut very soon.
What can I do to get a Ledezma PSV kit? I'm trying to rock.
I believe when
the
you mean
Ledezma.
me, I mean we, right?
Yeah, we.
When you guys come visit me.
There you go.
All right, our bosses need to take note. Let's get that trip planned. Well, hey, Richy, I want to go back to this diet that they've got you on right now. What's a food that you miss the most, and what's a healthy go-to that you're like, all right, I can stomach this. This is fine.
A healthy go-to?
Yeah.
Like here in Holland?
Yeah.
Healthy go-to.
Potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes is a good one, right? I want to say like just for me, I just rice with salmon probably. That's probably my go-to healthy meal.
Okay, so what are you missing the most then?
Yeah,
Like what food
I
can you
want
not eat that you're like, oh, I'm craving this?
pizza, of course. That's my favorite food.
There you go. This is why I like Richie.
I remember I stayed with a host family, and it was like potatoes, rice, and like a chicken, like plain chicken with no sauce, no.
Did they ever bring you
seasoning.
like a loaf of bread or something?
Yeah, that's breakfast is a loaf of bread.
In the
Like how
Netherlands?
big of a loaf of bread are we talking about?
Like with
What?
slices.
That's what
with,
they
like,
eat? That's what they have for breakfast, just carbs?
I had like jam or butter, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Nico can't even fathom that.
Well, it's just,
That's-
it's shocking.
He's like, it's not protein dense enough
It's
for me
not
in the
Greek
morning.
yogurt.
Argentines don't have eggs in the morning. Like, that's what I learned when I went to Argentina. I didn't know that. I went to Argentina when I studied abroad, imagine. Of my own culture, I didn't know. No eggs for breakfast. And like, you ask for eggs at a restaurant and like, for breakfast? No.
Okay, Richie, any culture shocks in Eindhoven for you so far?
I've been here 6 years and not very. They have like these. They're called bitter balls, and yeah, I've tried them once or twice, and I'm not really a big fan of them.
What would you compare them to? What are they like?
I mean, the name doesn't really inspire.
Yeah, bitter ball.
It's just like a meatball but fried, I guess, and it has like meat, I guess, and I don't know. It's kind of and it's fried, so it's just not my thing. So
Do you have a barber shop out there, or you just gotta kind of wing it?
yeah, I have a barber. He's all right. He's all right.
Hopefully he's not watching this right now.
We'll send some of the Dominican guys we have here in Stanford over to Eindhoven.
We should have like roaming Dominicanos to go cut hair for our players. What do you miss most about Phoenix? And you can't say friends or family.
Oh, I want to say the lakes in Phoenix. I know it's hot, but I like to jet ski a lot. So when we go out with then we just go to the lake and have fun.
That's cool.
Awesome. Hey, Richie, great stuff. We'll come over there to get some kits, and you can come over here and get a haircut in Stanford, I guess. The guys will hook you up.
Run a jet ski in the Long Island Sound.
We'll have a whole day planned out. It'll be great. Well, hey, thanks so much for the time. We'll chat again soon, and best of luck for the rest of this season.